We'll start with the prayers. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः वशेम देवहितं व्यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षोररिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are coming to the end of the third chapter of Mandukya Upanishad, which is called as Advaita Prakarana. Very important chapter from Advaita philosophy. In this chapter, the highest philosophy of Vedanta is explained in 48 verses. The view of Veda is different than what we see with our eyes. What we see with our eyes and with our sense organs is the world. And we think that the world which we perceive through the sense organs is the ultimate world. Veda has got another vision. And that vision is what in all the Upanishads they try to describe, including Bhagavad Gita. According to our preparation of our own mind, we all listen to the Veda and Bhagavad Gita, but the final impact which the Veda wants you to have as a seeker, we may not be able to get the final impact in the first or 2-3 rounds of our learning. As you keep learning more and repeatedly, the impact of the teaching becomes greater and greater. So Advaitam means there is some higher reality which we are calling it in Mandukya Upanishad as Turiyam Brahma. It is a higher reality. It is not the waking state. It is not the dream state. It is not the sleep state. Now this state, which is called as Turiyam, in order to understand for a beginner, we say it is the fourth state. Then ultimately the Upanishad says that is the only state. That is what is called as reality. When we listen to these words, what happens in our mind? Our mind has got certain conditioning already. To remove that conditioning, we have to listen repeatedly. That is the reason why the Shastra has to be learned throughout our life till we get full clarity. With this short background, I will enter where we stopped last week, and that was the 46th shloka. In all these shlokas, in all these karikas, the main idea which is conveyed is, in this particular shloka, 46th shloka, it says that mind itself is nothing but Brahman at a lower level. So we cannot separate mind and Turiyam Atma, because Atma is the self. In the self, the whole world is there. Now, Gaudapadacharya and Shankaracharya say there are 3 types of guru. One is Kevala Shrotriya. Shrotriya means what? He has studied the scriptures and he is a scholar. But he is called as a Madhyama Guru. Madhyama means he is a mediocre because he is not living the teaching of Veda. He can very beautifully say 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Then there is a second type of Guru who is Kevala Brahmanishta. Now, Kevala Brahmanishta means a Guru who has not gone through the scriptures, but he is living the lifestyle. But he has no communication tools to explain what is this state. So generally people say, don't approach this type of Guru who is a Kevala Brahmanishta Guru. He is living in Asturiyam Brahma, but he cannot teach properly. Uttama Guru is one who is a Shrotriyam and Brahmanishta, who has learned the scriptures and who can also teach. Who can teach what he is living in life. So one is practicing the knowledge and one has the knowledge. Shankaracharya says, go to that type of Guru. In Chadasi, there is a chapter number 9, which is called as Sambadi Brahmana. In this chapter, once a seeker has got some knowledge about this Atma, then Vidyaranya, the author of Panchadasi, he says you meditate as what? I am Nirgunam Brahma. I am that pure self. By doing this upasana, what they say is you generate punya. You get chitta shuddhi. And once you get chitta shuddhi, what happens? Again, mind, when it listens to this scriptures, then the impact of that knowledge becomes higher. So there are many students in my session who are attending today who have been listening to these scriptures for 10 years, 12 years, continuously. If you ask them, they will clearly tell you, yes, I can understand the scripture with more impact, more clearly. The clarity increases as you keep on listening repeatedly. So, because this knowledge is very, very subtle. And in this Turiyam Atma alone, the entire world is rising, resting, and resolving. And the world, according to Mundaka Upanishad, is what? Jiva Jagat Ishvara. So the jnani who gets this knowledge, he says the entire world is nothing but one consciousness alone. Exactly like the waker will say the entire dream world is nothing but my mind only. So similarly, the entire waker is said to be the mind of a jnani. Because the jnani knows his mind only has got all these notions of the world. See, sense organs are interacting with the sense objects. Ultimately, where does it go? All these experiences, where do they go? They go to the mind. And this mind is the one which ultimately resolves the world for us in the sleep state. Therefore, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is mind is not a mind, but ultimately it is Turiyam Brahma. What is Turiyam Brahma? It is the Adhishtanam. Like the waker is the Adhishtanam, the substratum for the dream world, for the waking world, Turiyam Brahma is the Adhishtanam. So, when we look at a chain, ring, bangle, we will know that they are all nothing but gold. Similarly, when we look at the waking dream and sleep, if we come to know of this Adhishtanam, which is a higher level of reality, then we will also say, yes, I understand the waking state. I will do my duty in the waking state. But ultimately, the knowledge I have is what? This entire waking state is an appearance exactly like the dream. And who am I? I am the Adhishtanam Turiya Atma. Shankaracharya wants us to clearly, at least in our own mind, you don't have to tell anybody. As long as your mind and intellect is able to say that I am Turiya Atma, then the job of the scriptures is over. The main strategy for achieving this knowledge clearly is Abhyasa and Vairagya. We have seen this last week. Abhyasa means what? Practice. Again and again, let your mind sink into this knowledge. Even when you are about to go to sleep, if you are able to remember, I am Atma, I am sleeping to this world of waking, but I am resolving into my own Swarupa. Whatever may be the Swarupa. In the sleep state, we are all Eka Atma. The whole universe goes to sleep. It goes to sleep where? What is the locus of your sleep? It is Atma, the self. And in that self, is there a world? No, there is no world. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that the mind is difficult to control. And how do you control? Through Abhyasa and Vairagya. What are the 4 obstacles we discussed last week? Laya. Laya means what? Sleep. Vikshepa means Rajoguna, the agitations, the thoughts which keep on bubbling in our mind. Kashayam. Kashayam is the vasanas, is the impurities in our Karana Sharira. It is not visible to us, but they keep on coming up. Like from a volcano, there is an eruption. Similarly, Karana Shariram is the volcano. From there, it will erupt, and then suddenly we'll have thought of desire, thought of jealousy, thought of so many things. So, if we are able to control these obstacles, then that is the state a jnani achieves in order to understand Turiya Atma is my nature. The last obstacle was the Rasaswada. Rasaswada is mainly people who meditate. So, Shankaracharya and Gaudapadacharya says, don't get swallowed up in your meditation. Bring the thought, I am that Turiyam Brahma. When you do that, what happens? Your mind will not go to sleep. What is the stage which Gaudapadacharya wants us to achieve, which is explained in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Yata dipo divatastha negate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanaha. Our mind without the 4 obstacles will be like a flame which is kept in a breezeless container. There is no breeze, so the flame will not flicker. When the flame doesn't flicker, the whole room is brightly lit. Similarly, when the flame of our mind is not flickering with thoughts, the reflection of Atma appears in our mind, and that reflection is what we are supposed to own as our own real nature. Because in that is what is called as Turiya Atma. And that is what you're supposed to say, I am that that whatever you can call it, that state, that mind, because mind itself becomes Atma. So this is the highest level of Vedanta, which is described by Shankaracharya. So in a meditative mind, which is not flickering, this Atma, which is ever there in this universe, it shines, and when it shines, each seeker will know that that is the state which the Upanishads are trying to reveal to us. It is a state where there is no difference between seeker, sought, and the seeking instrument. I am not a knower of anything. I don't know anything in the world. I know I am Turiya Atma. In that, there is no Triputi. Triputi means what? In the waking state or the dream state, we all say, I experience the world. But in that state of Turiyam, there is no Triputi. Triputi is a technical word. It stands for Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam. Knower, knowing instrument, and the known object. All these three are not there in Turiya Atma because that is its nature. In second chapter, it was there was it's called Vaitatya Prakaranam, where Jagrat Prapancha is compared to the Swapna Prapancha. So waking dream is there for a few seconds in our mind every night. But the waking state is for years, for a whole lifetime. And again we take birth and again another lifetime comes. So like this, Veda says, if you don't know that this is only an appearance and disappearance, waking state is, it appears, it disappears. Sleep state appears, disappears. Dream state appears, disappears. But Atma is there in and through all the three states. In the sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 27th verse, Lord Krishna says, here he says very clearly that you will have rebirth. This is the proof for rebirth. This is the proof, pramanam. What is the pramanam for rebirth? Why do Hindus believe that there is a rebirth? Because of Bhagavad Gita. What does it say? Jatasi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrityuscha cha tasmada pariyarte natvam shochati marhasi. Don't grieve over the people who are dead, because they will be born again. Inevitable. That is the law of nature. Like the sun rises every day, it is the law of nature. Similarly, a body goes away, the mind will search for another body to get born. So, if this is the vision of Veda. Initially, when I started the discussion, I said the vision, what we see through our eyes and ears of this world, is not the ultimate reality. The ultimate reality is Atma, in which this is coming and going. Suppose you really accept this. It is the same like saying in the waking mind, the dream world is coming and going. So when the thoughts in our mind are controlled, Upadesha Sara says, Ajya Dharaya Srotrasa Samam Sarala Chintanam Viralatah Param. Exactly like a butter, a stream of butter is flowing into a container. Similarly, in contemplation, our mind should have only one thought. I am Atma, I am Atma. That continuous thought makes this Turiya Atma come alive for us. Some people may ask, why should I meditate if that is my nature? Why should I meditate? I am a male, I am a human, I am a father, I am a mother. Why do you have to meditate? Even without meditation, I have that. The answer to this question is you are this consciousness awareness. This is what the Veda is telling us. But do we really believe that? No. What do we take? I am the body, I am the mind. So the conditioning of this mind has to be changed. And when you change that conditioning, what happens? The rope snake, which was understood like the mind, is nothing but the rope. Rope is like Brahman. Mind has got back its original nature. What is the original nature of mind? It is not a mind, it is non-mind. What is non-mind? Which is Brahman. See, what happens is we should understand that the substratum in which this entire Jagat is arriving and departing is consciousness. If you understand this aspect, that in consciousness alone, the perceptions are coming, the thoughts are coming, the world, inner world, our own inner world is coming, the outer world is coming. If you can understand this, that is what Gaudapadacharya wants us to convey. Like you say that all the pots are nothing but clay. Pot is a name and form. Clay is the substance. The whole world is nothing but consciousness or Turiya Atma. A person, a jnani alone can make his mind merge with Brahman. Ajnani will never be able to do it because he is still holding on to the mind, the reality of the mind. And that Turiya Atma is the Vivarta Upadana Karanam. What is the meaning of Vivarta Upadana Karanam? It is changeless. For this world, there is a changing component, which is the five Panchabhutas, and a changeless component, which is Turiya Atma. Because of our obsession with the world, we miss the screen. And the screen is Atma. In Brahma Sutra, there is this three sutras which I have given. They all talk about this, uh, uh, about the same state of the individual who attains this nature of Supreme Self. Chandogya Upanishad, this particular mantra is the same, similar meaning. If you see the meaning, ultimately a jnani, he realizes that the waking state also is moving in consciousness only. Dream state is moving, we all can see it. Sleep state also is coming and going. But we think that the waking state is not moving, it is the same. What does a jnani understand? Consciousness, the screen is the same, but the waking state is also coming and going. But you may say, I'm seeing the same world every day morning when I get up, same house, same trees, everything same. Yes, this is as per the law of karma. What you will see, what you will experience is about the law of karma, which is the guiding factor behind your body mind. See, as there is a rule, there is a law which governs your dream world also. There is a law which governs the sleep world, dream world, and the waking world, which is called as Maya Shakti. So, in this particular verse, Shankaracharya wants to say, you do upasana of Aham Brahma Asmi, and that will give you the punyam. And when you get the punyam, what happens? The jnanam becomes clear. See, when we have obstacles in our mind, this truth is there. It is a fact, but it doesn't strike my mind. But the punyam, what happens with the upasana, if you suppose you keep on meditating even for 2 minutes, 3 minutes in a day, you think that I am the Atma, I am the Atma. This continuous practice for a few years, Shankaracharya says, your mind will become an instrument to realize this truth. After the truth is realized, then upasana is not required. Okay, so that is this 46th mantra. What does the mantra say? When the mind does not sleep and it is not disturbed again, that motionless mind is nothing but it is Turiya Atma, because ultimately mind merges in Atma. That was a very, very important verse, 46th verse. Now let us go to the 47th verse. The 47th verse.
स्वस्थं शान्तं सनिर्वाणम् स्वस्थं शान्तं सनिर्वाणम् अकथ्यं सुखमुत्तमम् अकथ्यं सुखमुत्तमम् अजमजेन ज्ञेयेन अजमजेन ज्ञेयेन सर्वज्ञं परिचक्षते सर्वज्ञं परिचक्षते.
Here, Gaudapadacharya, the last two verses, he is coming back to the bliss aspect of the self. He says in this verse, the bliss or the peace which you get, that peace is nothing but freedom. Now, one must know this peace, one must experience this peace in oneself to understand what that freedom is. Number one. Number two is, he says, this peace is unborn. There is no birth for this peace. Body has birth, the mind which has got all the impurities has got birth. But Atma is ajaha, it is unborn. And this Atma is said to be omniscient. It is the knowledge of all knowledges because it is the substratum. These are all descriptions of Turiya Atma. And this is supposed to be the absolute knowledge. It is not relative knowledge. Relative knowledge we get when we are in the waking state, dream state. It is relative. Relative means what? It is related to the particular state. What you know in the waking state is not what you see in the dream state. And both this waking and dream, they go off in sleep state from knowledge point of view. And who are you? I am the Turiya Atma in which these three states are coming and going. So the Upasaka finally discovers that mind which I have been thinking of as the mind is nothing but Brahman itself. World is Brahman, mind is Brahman. And in Chandogya Upanishad, the seventh chapter is called Bhuma Vidya. In that chapter, Ananda aspect of Sachidananda Atma is discussed in very big detail. Seventh chapter, Chandogya Upanishad. And in that Upanishad, the Guru tells Narada, the student, that this bliss of Atma is the highest. It is not finite. It is infinite Ananda. We get a little bit of bliss, happiness in this world, in the waking state or sleep state. We think that it is very good. But the Atma's happiness or bliss is the highest. In Taittiriya Upanishad also the same message is given in 361. Anando Brahmeti Divya Janat. Know this Ananda of Brahman. And where is this Ananda? In the cavity of your own intellect. And the one who knows this Atma and the bliss of this Atma, he becomes Brahman. And in this Brahman, everything is there. Tato Brahman, that Brahman which Upasaka has become, is Ananda Swarupa. What is the difference between happiness which we get with the help of objects and the happiness of Atma? The Atma Ananda is called as Bimba Ananda. Bimba Ananda means what? The original Ananda, which is the source for all the Vishaya Ananda. Vishaya Ananda means what? The happiness you get from the world. I get happy. But then after some time, I want more money. I have one house, I want another house. I want another thing. So that is what is called as Pratibimba Ananda. It lasts for a few minutes, few seconds, few hours, few years. But it goes in. What about Atma Ananda? It is natural, swastham. It is shantam, peace. There is no agitations in Atma Ananda. There is no anxiety. There is no excitement. Anirvanam, you are free. Uttamam, Uttamam means it is the highest, superlative Ananda. It is ajam, it is unborn. And Sarvagya means it is full of knowledge. See, again and again in Veda, we use the term Sarvajnaha. What is the meaning of Sarvajnaha? Sarvajna means all knowing. Why do we say Atma is all knowing? Because of Chaitanya Swarupa. Chaitanyam is the light of knowledge. Chaitanyam, consciousness. We all have consciousness in our body, mind. But there is a consciousness which is absolute. That absolute consciousness is called as Chaitanya. Absolute means what? It is the totality of all consciousness put together, beyond which there is nothing. So the description of our Swarupam is said to be this happiness. Pratibimba Ananda means the reflected happiness we get in our waking state, dream state, sleep state. But the original Ananda is my nature. And I have to claim that to understand that it is the. How do I claim? You just tell yourself, I am Atma Ananda. I am not dependent on the world to give me happiness. On what basis will your mind or you will say this? Veda. Veda is Shruti. It's a mother of all mothers. It is giving us the knowledge what we need to live in this world. So I believe the Shruti and then I live in the world with the help of the knowledge of Atma Anand. In chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita, this word always is quoted, Yasmat Vadireva Syat Atma Triptascha Manavaha. A jnani is triptaha in the self. What about Ajnani? Ajnanis want objects, beings to be happy. If I am looking forward to hold on to wealth, hold on to a being, hold on to the house, hold on to the office, hold on to anything in the world, from the Veda standpoint, I am Ajnani. Veda says your nature is happiness. That is why they say Vairagyam. Vairagyam, detachment from the world, come to Atma. That Atma itself is moksha. Because the nature of that Atma is it is free from the entire world. What is Turiyam? Turiyam is not waking state, not dream state, not sleep state. It is a state in which all these three come and go. The world, waking, dream, and sleep depends on this Atma. But Atma doesn't depend on this. Atma can independently exist. But then you will say, okay, I am experiencing Ananda of Atma. What happens to the problems in my life? To that, Shankaracharya says, all the problems is only Vyavaharika problems. Vyavaharika problems you cannot control. It is controlled by prarabdha karma. Let it come, let it go. It will go by itself. See, like a day comes and goes, a jnani is one who does not have anxiety about the future, who does not regret the past. He only lives the present. Why? Because of Mithyatva Nishchaya. He has falsified the three states. Falsification means what? The second chapter, Prapancha Upashamam. Like the dream state comes and goes, waking will also come and go. But I am not the three states. I am Turiya Atma. Sukham, which is associated, happiness, which is associated with desires or with dharma itself, is only Vyavaharika Satyam. Happiness by following a religious, good life of no excitement over all the desires. You're not obsessed with desires. But that Sukham is Vyavaharika Sukham, it is a reflected happiness. Most of us who are dealing a very simple, ordinary life, dharmic life, we will enjoy this Sukham. But Veda says that is not the end. There is some other Sukham. Come and do that, come and learn this Moksha Sukham. Moksha Sukham means you drop this entire body, mind itself in your intellect. You cannot drop it outside, externally. But in your own intellect, you say, I am Turiya Atma. In that Atma, I am all alone. And that is called as moksha. That is called as moksha ananda. The worldly ananda is temporary ananda. The Turiya Atma's Ananda cannot be described by words. Yathovacho nivartante. Words cannot describe because words are only Vyavaharika Satyam. This Yathovacho nivartanti, it comes in Taittiriya Upanishad two times. One of the time is in chapter second, in second chapter, fourth section. The same chapter, another same mantra is repeated. So Atma is a rare thing in this universe. It is not, you can't compare it with anything. There is nothing compared to Atma. You cannot, there is, see, you can compare a tree and a tree, apple to an apple, orange to an orange, but there is no second Atma. Okay, now the next few slides are just a repetition. Whatever I have not said, I will explain that. So Aham Brahmasmi Dhyanam is Upasana. It is also called as Aham Graha Upasana or Dhyana. It is a deliberate attempt to say, I am the Atma, I am the Atma. It is prescribed in the scriptures itself. In Vichara Sagara, it says that Shravanam Mananam must give me this knowledge. But suppose for some reason I don't get this knowledge because of pratibandhas, then I cannot claim I'm free. See, this happens to many people who are attending the sessions also. They come and tell me, yes, I know, I am able to know this Atma, Turiya Atma, Advaita Atma, but I don't experience the freedom. I'm still holding on to that ahamkara as I. Why is that? Because of some obstacles in the mind. Drishta pratibinda, adrishta pratibinda. Drishta pratibimba means what? Drishta pratibimba means I don't have, say, faith in scriptures. Then that can be improved. I don't know prameya asambhavana means I don't understand Brahman very clearly. That also can be solved. Adrishta pratibandha is something very difficult to solve because it is not drishtam, it is not visible. And in Vichara Sagara, the fifth chapter, 293rd topic, I am not so sure anybody has done Vichara Sagara in this group, but in future, if at all you do study, there is one which talks about, there is one section there talks about Adrishta Pratibandhas. Also in chapter 9 of Panchadasi, this is discussed. The essence behind this is, what they say is, if these obstacles are there, we suggest upasanam of I am Brahman. This will clear some of the obstacles in some of the minds. In 35th Karika, it was told that for those people who don't have obstacles, you just listen to the scriptures which says Tattvamasi. You are that Brahman. The student has understood, I am not the waker, I am not the dreamer, I am not the sleeper. I am Turiya Atma. But for those people who are Manda Adhikaris, Upasana is recommended. That is what we have seen in 46th verse. 46 and 47. In 47, what we discussed is the highest happiness comes in after Upasana in Atma Ananda. The nature of Atma, we have seen Shantam, Sanirvanam, Akatyam, Ajam, Sarvagya. Okay. So this is the seventh mantra, where Bimba Ananda, Pratibimba Ananda has been seen. Pratibimba Ananda is graded Ananda, which is graded in Taittiriya Upanishad. In this mantra, for example, uh, the gradation of Ananda in different lokas is given. For those who have studied Taittiriya Upanishad, you will remember this portion. Now, a jnani claims Brahmananda. He doesn't experience Brahmananda because to experience you require an instrument. Suppose I say it is my nature, that is what I am. Then you don't have to look forward to experiencing that Ananda. You are that Ananda itself. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, the 20th verse of the 10th chapter, Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhuta Shayastitaha Aham Adishya Madhyam Cha Bhutanamanta Eva Cha. I am in the beginning, I am in the middle, I am in the end. Suppose you say this. What does it mean? It means you are eternal. Before the body is born, you are Atma. After the body is gone, you are Atma. So in the beginning also, in the end also, if you are Atma, what will you say that what you are you in the in between? In between also I am Atma only. If I come to know I am Atma, then I am free. See, why we all have this problem of bondage is because we think we are the body. Body has come, therefore, and we experience in the body, and we are inside the body, and we are the mind, and then we attach to the body mind, and then we say we are bound. Here in this verse, Lord Krishna says you are not the body or mind. He says you are Atma, which was existing before the birth of the body. It will exist after the body is gone. In between, you are experiencing a particular state of the mind, which is the waking state. That's all. Drop that state as reality. Claim your nature as Atma, as the reality. The sense pleasures will come and go. But Nitya Ananda of Turiya Atma is unborn because it is not born with the body. In sleep, we get some Ananda. We get some happiness in sleep, all of us. That sleep Ananda is only a reflection of Ananda in our mind, which is an in dormant state. So, through Jnanam, you learn to drop your nature as this body mind and claim Turiya Atma as your ultimate nature. So, Sarvajnam Brahma in the 36th verse of this third chapter had one meaning. In the 47th verse, Sarvajnam Brahma is Ananda. Sarvam means everything. Everything is Jnana. That is what was said in the 36th verse. In the 47th verse, it is said that everything is this bliss only. So, what do the wise people declare? Kathayanti. What do they say? They say Brahma Ananda, which is unborn Ananda, is the highest Ananda. And that is what Gaudapadacharya is explaining to us in the 47th mantra. Let's go to the last mantra, the 48th mantra of Mandukya Upanishad, third chapter. This is an introduction to the 48th mantra. Here, Gaudapadacharya tries to sum up the entire third chapter. What did he say? Primarily from 40th verse to 48th verse. In the last section, of the third chapter, Mano Nigraha, one pointedness of the mind was discussed. One pointedness, how do I make the mind one pointed? Through upasana, through japa, continuous japa, like Vishnu Sahasranamam or Om Namo Narayana. These are all japa. They all help us to make the mind think in one direction for a period of time. Why do we need this quality in the mind? Because our mind is used to looking in the world. It has to shift the direction to the art. And once you do that, what happens? You are woken up to your own nature of Advaita Atma. Then you are woken up, what will you say? The waking state is Vyavaharika. It is a state in which the body mind interacts with the world. Dream state is Pratibhasikam. It is Pratibhasikam means there are no external objects. It is only the mind projecting. Very clear. This is very clear. But what about the absolute reality which is called Turiya Atma? Turiya Atma is described as Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam Brahma. It is not the waker. It is not the dreamer. It is not the sleeper. It is a higher state from where these three states are coming and going. So, relative reality and ultimate reality, they are two levels of consciousness. I am awake to this world is one type of consciousness. I am awakened to the dream world, another type of consciousness. I am sleeping, another type of consciousness. These three states are relative, coming and going, coming and throughout your life. You've had 75 years of life in this world. What did you do? Every day I went to sleep, every day I got up, every day I dreamt. Continuously cycle is happening. That is called as egocentric existence. I am attached to my ego, mind. That's all. But there is something which is on which the ego is dependent. And that is called Turiya Atma, in which the world is not there. It is a worldless consciousness. Waking state is one world, dream state is second world, sleep state is another world, Ajnana, tamasic world. But Turiya Atma is the highest truth where nothing is born. Let us see how Vijaya chants this beautiful verse.
न कश्चिज्जायते जीवः न कश्चिज्जायते जीवः सम्भवोऽस्य न विद्यते सम्भवोऽस्य न विद्यते एतत्तदुत्तमं सत्यम् एतत्तदुत्तमं सत्यम् यत्र किञ्चिन्न जायते यत्र किञ्चिन्न जायते.
So in this verse, what Gaudapadacharya ends the third chapter is, he's standing on Turiya Atma. So what is he saying? I am Turiya Atma. Okay. Then he is looking into the world of waking state, dream state, sleep state. He says that no jiva is ever born, no jiva is ever there because it is mithya. It is mithya universe. Ultimately, that all the three states are coming and going in the Atma. And this Atma is existing by itself. Therefore, it is Advaita. See how beautifully Gaudapada Charya summarizes the entire third chapter of Advaitam in this one verse. Why does he say it is never born? Egocentric, separative creatures are never born. He says no jiva is born. Means they are mithya, which is the subject matter of Mandukya Upanishad. So the ultimate realization of a jiva after he studies the scriptures thoroughly is his realization is the I notion, which is the ahamkara, is a false notion. It comes, it goes away. It comes, it goes away. I am not the I notion, the ego, like in Kathopanishad. Nachiketa was taught by Yamadharma Raja. You are not the ego. You are the self. Same message is there in Mandukya. How do you describe this Atma? Swastham, Shantam, Sanirvanam, Akatyam, Sukham Uttamam, Ajam, Sarvajnam. These are the seven words used by Gaudapadacharya to describe the features of the Turiya Atma. From that Turiya Atma, one can say that the entire world is mithya. Yatra kinchit na jayate. Kinchit na jayate. That means not an iota of world is ever born. It is an appearance. See, this is the ultimate conclusion of Mandukya Upanishad. Our mind may accept this truth, may not accept this truth completely. You may accept 20%, 30%. Suppose you want to accept 100%, repeated study of this chapter is required. And see, what Advaitin says is creation is there, but it is unreal creation which is born. What is Satyam? Advaita. Real creation is not born. Unreal creation is born and gone. Therefore, drop the world as Satyam and own your Atma as Satyam. An attempt is made by all the students to understand the seventh mantra. Na anta prajnam, na bahish prajnam, na ubhaya prajnam, na prajnam, shantam, shivam, advaitam. That is what we have been studying for the last 2 years. And this Atma, I learn to hold as my nature because I have dropped the Sharira Drishti. Sharira Drishti is born, but Jiva is unborn. Because Jiva is ultimately Atma only. Therefore, from the Turiyam Drishtya, we say world is Mithya. The whole exercise of studying this chapter, second chapter and third chapter of Mandukya Upanishad is to declare the world is Mithya. It is not Tucham, it is not non-existence, but it is an appearing, disappearing world. Why do we say that the jiva is not born? Because there is no cause. What about that karma and all that? That is taught to the junior students. When you are a senior student coming to Advaitam, you are said that that karma, the law of karma, is to understand the waking state. You have to drop that law of karma to realize Turiya Atma. What are the normal causes we will say? Parents are the cause of this body. Karma is the cause of this body. Ishvara is the cause of this body. When you study the third chapter, what do you say? Atma is ever free. Turiya Atma is ever free, and I am the Turiya. Therefore, the entire drishti of body and mind is dropped. In the fourth chapter of Mandukya Upanishad, this aspect is discussed a little bit in detail. There are three philosophers. One is Satkaryavada, another is Asatkaryavada, the third is Karmavadivada. So all these three are negated in the fourth chapter, which we will study in the new year. For senior students, karma is not a karanam. We are born is our mistake. It's a wrong notion in the intellect. Akaranam Brahma is the ultimate truth of the entire universe. That Akaranam Brahma is the final truth declared in the 47th and 48th Karika. There is nothing greater than this Satya Turiya Atma. That is the Paramarthika Satyam. What about the Vyavaharika Satyam? What about the dream world? Dream world is to understand that you are a waker. Waking world is to understand your Turiya Atma. This is how Shankaracharya puts it. See, a lot of people will say, what is the benefit of this waking world? Shankaracharya says the benefit of this waking world is for you to come and realize your higher truth, which is Atma, Turiya. When you wake up from dream world, you are very happy because you come to a waking state. From waking state, when you go to Turiya Atma, you will be happy because you are the Atma. So reality number one, you can call Vyavaharika Satyam, the waking state. The reality number two is the dream state, which is Pratibhasika Satyam. Mandukya Upanishad says you are not the waker or the dreamer, but you are the absolute reality, which is Turiya Atma. And then there is one question which Anandagiri asked his commentary of Mandukya Upanishad. He says, how can an unreal reveal reality? How can Vyavaharika world, which is unreal, reveal the real Atma? How does Shankaracharya answers that? That we will see in our next few slides. A simple answer is he gives the example of how a reflected face can reveal your original face. Similarly, Vyavaharika world can reveal my Paramarthika Satya Atma. Pratibimba Mukha Vat. Reflected face, original face. Reflected face is the cause to reveal the original face. Vyavaharika Satyam, even though like the reflected face, is it real? No, it's not real. It's unreal. But then you use that unreal reflection to know your original face, right? So similarly, with the help of unreal panchakoshas, three avasthas, three sharirams, by adhyaropa, we understand that it is nothing but it is Atma. In the absolute reality, there is not an iota or drop of creation. See, this fact is being told by Gaudapadacharya and Shankaracharya again and again in all their commentaries to make us understand that we are pure Atma, Shuddha Atma, pure existence, pure consciousness, pure Ananda, in which Maya Shakti is not there. Maya Shakti is there in the waking state, in the dream state, in the sleep state. But you are going beyond Maya Shakti, and then you can declare 32nd verse of chapter 2 and the 48th verse of chapter 3. Both these verses are talking of the same truth. Na nirodho na chotpattir na baddho na cha sadakaha. From the ultimate standpoint, there is no seeker at all. The seekerhood is dropped and the seeker becomes Atma. These are all the final truths of Mandukya third chapter. Creation is not really there, but it is appearing and disappearing. Appearing and disappearing creation is called as Mithya. This appearing, disappearing is either in the form of Vyavaharika, waker, or Pratibhasika, dreamer. In chapter 2, we said the entire waking world is nothing but it's like a dream only. Like the sun lends light to the moon, Atma lends light to the waker for experiencing the world. But the light does not belong to the moon, it belongs to the sun. The light in our mind, the light of consciousness in our mind does not belong to the mind, it belongs to Turiya Atma. Turiya Atma lends that light to the dreamer's for the purpose of experiencing the world as per law of karma. But we have to drop this world of karma and look at what is the ultimate truth. All of us are doing karma throughout our life, but that is not the ultimate truth. There is a higher truth which does not appear and disappear. It is eternally there. That is called as Turiya Atma. The world has got experienceability, transactability, and usefulness. In spite of ETU, the world does not have its own existence. It depends on Atma for its existence. Therefore, the third chapter is called as Advaita Prakaranam. That is the reason. Why is it called Advaita? Because the world does not have independent existence. Atma lends existence to the waking state and Atma withdraws that existence in the sleep state. Therefore, the 48th Karika is the absolute truth, from which nothing is born, nothing is really born. Apparently born is okay, like the dream world. So this finishes the 48th verse. The next two slides are only a revision. I have tackled most of the points in the descriptions today. In the 47th verse, it is Adhyaropa. In the 48th verse of this third chapter, it is Apavada. See, in Apavada, it is just one. Not many people, not many Karikas are written on Apavada. They just say drop. It is not there because you experience it. For Adhyaropa, we spend a lot of verses. Waker, dreamer, sleeper, and then so many verses are described. But for Apavada, the world is not there. Drop the word, no Turiya. That's all. So how can unreal means becomes a means to reveal the reality? It is because we are talking about Satya Atma and Mithya world. Mithya world is the upayam for revealing the Satya Atma, exactly like the reflected in the original case, which I have explained before. And the same topic comes in Vichara Sagara in topic 242, 245 of Vichara Sagara. So with this, we finish the third chapter of Mandukya Upanishad. Okay. Now, a couple of announcements. The first thing is that on the 22nd of this month and on the 19th of next month, I have some surgery in my eyes. So there will be no classes uh, during this period. First of all, 22nd is where I have to go, and 20th it happens to be Diwali. So 19th is the only Sunday, but many people will not come on the Sunday because of Diwali celebrations. So what I have decided is not to take any fresh classes during this year. That means we won't have the fourth chapter till January next year. Our next class of Mandukya Upanishad will be the start of the fourth chapter, which will be on the 7th of January, which is in between. You can revise some of these some of these notes on this Mandukya chapters 1, 2, 3. For those who are interested to learn the fourth chapter, if you write to me, I will send you the fourth chapter, or you can go to the website and see the fourth chapter. You can read the fourth chapter. You will not find it difficult. And then you can, when you come in January, you will be able to understand better. In case you have some questions on Vedanta or something, you can always write to me in the website or in the WhatsApp number. And same case with the Bhagavad Gita also. As announced earlier, I will start the Bhagavad Gita classes on the 6th of January. This is primarily due to my incapacity to take classes during this period. And also because during December, a lot of people travel. That is one of the reasons I said, let me not start. See, Bhagavad Gita will take 2 full years. Similarly, the fourth chapter will take another full year. It's 100 verses. And many people, I did ask this question whether I should stop with Mandukya Upanishad. A lot of people wrote to me and also called me to say that please continue and finish the fourth chapter. Doesn't matter whatever time it takes. So in my view, I want to finish the Mandukya Upanishad, the fourth chapter also, with the Bashyam. And it takes time, but I'm sure it is worth the effort for senior students. If you have any other questions, if you have any other remarks, you're free to express it. It's in the chat box today. Okay, with that, I will close the Mandukya portion. Oh, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachade Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In my announcement, there has been a mistake. The dates of the new classes are 3rd January and the 4th January. 3rd January, we are going to start the Bhagavad Gita, a new session. 4th January, we are going to start chapter 4 of Mandukya Upanishad. I apologize for the mistake. I think Nandu and Shama both have corrected this. Nipa wants to know my WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is 65 is the country code and 967 That's my personal WhatsApp number if you want to write to me. Otherwise, you have the Vedanta students WhatsApp number. Shanmugam, can you put the WhatsApp number on the chat box? So you can write to this WhatsApp number. You will get a reply on this number much more faster. So this is the WhatsApp number. Anybody can write to this number at any time. If you have any questions, you can reply. I will be, I'm planning to take one session for before the start of the Bhagavad Gita classes. I might take 1 or 2 sessions for the beginners who want to attend the Bhagavad Gita classes on the 3rd of January. I might take that. I will announce it to both the groups, the Bhagavad Gita group and also to the Mandukya group. I will be sending an announcement because there are a lot of newcomers who have come into this new class schedule for next year. I thought that they need some guidance. So I might organize a session for them. If you're interested, you can join them in the session. We will make an announcement. That will be sometime after my eye surgery. And it'll be mostly a question answer session because a lot of people do come forward and say that they want to have mentorship for Vedantic studies. And I am not able to provide a lot of time behind for those people. I have also asked Krishna to help me out. So together with him, I will be having some sessions for them. You're all free to attend whenever you can, but we will announce it once, sometime in November, probably we'll announce it. I want to know if anybody of you, apart from, of course, Vijaya, she can chant the Bhagavad Gita. If anybody who knows to chant the Bhagavad Gita, number one, and who is ready to take some chanting sessions for the new Bhagavad Gita group starting in January. So if you are interested, say it for teaching Bhagavad Gita verses in your own free time once a week. Maybe if if you are interested, then I will form a group who, in the new Bhagavad Gita session which starts, I will announce to that group that if they are interested to learn the Bhagavad Gita, then they can approach you. So if you are confident, if you are willing to volunteer to teach chanting of Bhagavad Gita, you can let me know. Ratna, I have come to know that you can chant, and I will contact you separately. And Sumana also says she can teach chanting. Very good. I'm very happy. There are so many people who can chant. Oh my God, the list is really increased. Ajita, everybody tells me you are a great chanter. Would you be willing to teach? See, the thing is, you should also have the time to teach. Ajita ji chats, yes, but she is not replying to me here. Ajita, are you around? I think she may not be there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a list of those people who have said that they can chant and they can also teach. So I will have a separate session. Uh, okay, Ratna is one, then Sumana is uh, Shanta is third, Ramachandra is fourth, and then Gita is five. There are people who have said that they can chant and they can also probably take some sessions. Um, Fantastic. This is really very good. Vijaya, you're right. I didn't know that there are so many people who can chant. But I'm very happy because there are a lot of people. It's good that there are people from different countries also who are here. So I will see how to form those groups. I will leave it to you. I will just give you the names of students. I will also make an announcement in the first session in the new year. Um, this is one thing which I'm planning for Bhagavad Gita group for next year. That is, maybe you can have 4 or 5 people in each group, depending on from which country. Sumana is in the US, so all people in the US probably I will direct to Sumana, and in London Shanta is there, Ramachandra is there, Ajita is there in India. Ratna, I don't know. Are you from India or from?
I'm from Canada, Shekhar ji.
You're from Kerala, so you live in Kerala. Okay, good. So you're from Kerala. So I have 3 people now, Ratna and Ramachandra
I'm
and
from Canada.
oh, Ratna, you're in Canada.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't. I thought it was okay. So Ratna is in Canada, and uh, Sumana is in the US. So then Shanta is in London. Ajita and Ramchandra are 2 people in India. Okay, very good. So in case there are students, I will definitely ask them to contact you. Uh, of course, there is Padmini, my wife, who also teaches Bhagavad Gita chanting. But of course, there are so many different time zones. Not many people can attend these sessions. Some days people can attend, and so on. That's why I want to form more groups. Uh, so that's good. If there are any questions today's session, or if you have any suggestions for the new year, if you let me know. Anybody has any questions from today's session?
I am Shekharji.
Yeah, Vijaya, go ahead.
Very heavy session today. Like so many concepts are there. I mean, coming to a culmination of how he comes to a conclusion that the Advaita. So he's bringing out Advaita, using the Bimba Pratibimba Vada. He's negating the it's difficult for me to adjust on one concept because when the beginning of the session, we said that the mind is Turiya. And we said that mind, which is basically has the component of Triputi, when that gets dissolved, the mind actually dissolves into the Turiya. That's one aspect. Then the other aspect, we also said that there are Ekameva Advitiya applies to the Turiya because there are no other padas. It is the only pada. It is the only existence, the Turiyam. Having said so, these, when he is trying to, use, I'm referring to the question of Anandagiri where he says unreal reveals reality. Similarly, to my question is, few months ago we said that the three stages that we experience, Sushupti, Jagrat, and Swapna, is also due to Prarabdha. And today we are saying that we have to dump the Prarabdha. We have to dump the Jiva itself because it is Mithya. I know that is from the level of the Vyavaharika Satyam. But still, how do I reconcile that? Because without me, I can ask this question as to if there is nothing else other than the Turiyam, then what is the cause that I wake up from the sleep? And why is it that one goes to sleep in the first case? Because all these experiences are definitely very, at the level of the Vyavaharika, they are very, very realistic. And in the empirical world, these are very realistic experiences. Having to have three different experiences of Jagat, Swapna, Sushupti. And there is very periodical frequency that happens. We cannot say that, there is very, very clear identification that I sleep and then there is something which wakes me. And then we discussed earlier that what wakes you up is because you have to exhaust the prarabdha. So you wake up. So that the waking up mind alone can have that experiences which will exhaust your vasanas, exhaust your prarabdha. So when we are so much depending on the exhaustion of that in the Jagrata avastha through the instrument called mind, how is it that I'm able to negate the jivahood itself and negate the karma philosophy itself? Somehow, I know that it takes a while for me, but just a little more of reflection I probably needed and some guidance from you on this.
Okay, good. The fundamental thing which you have to realize is you have to ask the question this to yourself, from which avastha I'm asking this question. Am I asking the question from the waking, as a waker trying to understand the Turiyam, or as Turiyam trying to understand the waker? This is very, very fundamental. Very fundamental because when you ask the question from the waker's point of view, then the law of prarabdha is given as an answer. When you ask the question from Turiya's point of view, suppose you stand on the seat of Turiyam and then you look at the world of waking, dream, and sleep, that is a different viewpoint. So, when you let's start from where you started. Mind is Turiyam. Who says this? Ultimately, the mind is Turiyam is realized by a person who has reached the state of Turiyam. And he's now standing as Turiya Atma and saying, what is this mind and what is this waking state, dream state, sleep? Those are all mithya, mithya, mithya. How do I explain this? Exactly like, are you asking the question as a dreamer or as a waker? As a dreamer, if you ask the question, well, how can I drop the dream world? I'm enjoying the dream world. It has got experienceability, transactability, utility. You have not woken up to the waker yet. Therefore, you are finding it difficult to get to accept the fact that the whole body is to be dumped as mithya. Because you are asking the question from the body level, from the waker level.
Correct.
Suppose you have woken up to waker level, or from waker you're woken up to the Atma level, then you will not, then you will say, what is this waking world? It was there till I woke up. That is why the Guru through the Shastra gives the seeker another birth. It is a second birth for the Jiva. He is woken up from the perennial sleep which he was sleeping to. In every birth, he was sleeping to his nature. So, all your obstacles in understanding is only shift your attention from Vaker to I am Turiya Atma. From Turiya Atma, yes, you have to dump the law of dump the body, mind, world, as per the law of karma, all that you have to drop it. It is a very silent growth in the intellect. It is not something which will, it is a silent thing which will happen in your intellect when the Turiya Atma clicks for you completely. See, in Bhagavad Gita, the second chapter, the 16th verse, the most difficult verse in the entire Gita. And I would even say it is the most difficult verse in many of the Upanishads also. Na asato bhavaha vidyate na bhavo vidyate sataha. That verse. There, Shankaracharya's commentary is absolutely brilliant. And that is where in that commentary he says that Sat is always eternal, always there. But it is together with this Asat Nitya. I am not able to shift my intellect from the Sat is from Asat. Anyway, that logic is very, very critical to understand the ultimate Satya. Coming back to your, the only answer I can give you today is shift your attention from the Veka to Turiya Atma. Stand as Turiya Atma. Your questions about law of karma will drop. It is there valid as long as you are in that waking state. The moment you have risen above that waker state to the timeless state, then whatever Turiya Atma description you get as the seventh mantra, Mandukya, everything will fit. Even the 16th mantra of the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita will be clearly understood by you. Very easy. Only thing is you have to stand as Turiya Atma. Okay.
Why I got this doubt, Shekharji, is I was trying to reflect on the verse which is 13:13. Even here he says the second line, Anadim aparam brahma, Anadim matparam brahma, na sattanasad uchyate. He says the Supreme Brahman is neither the Sat nor the Asat, and he is equating the Sat Asat here from the concept of Karana and Karyam, not the Sat Asat which we just now read. So when I'm relating it,
right.
See, the thing is, when I'm going to when I'm already very superimposing, I mean that has the lakshana. I'm already reaching the state of Turiyam, then it is Advitiya. I will never even get this doubt, because the doubt is only when I have the Triputi existing. So I'm getting a doubt which itself says that I'm deploying my mind. So when I deploy my mind, that means I am not into that situation of Turiya. That means somewhere I'm still not able to.
Yeah, you see, your
gather,
state,
muster that thing.
I can understand, Vijay, your state is very clear. You are able to dip into Turiya Atma off and on, off and on.
Yeah.
You again come back to the waking world, again you hold to the waking world. You are not able to fix your mind completely as Turiya Atma, as Satyam.
Yeah.
You are still holding on to the Mithya world as Satyam. Turiya Atma, yes, you are trying to get in and come out. It is not holding you. That is the obstacle you are facing today. You are able to understand the Adhishtanam Atma clearly. You are able to, you have the knowledge. But the jnanam which you have is not getting translated into a phalam yet.
Yes.
You have the knowledge. Yes, I know Turiya, but still I am not able to hold on to it. Holding on to it is the phalam. The only answer is wait. Just wait. It is a question of time. When this obstacle which is there in your mind will go away. The only solution to this is listening more to the scriptures. There is no other way. Just keep listening. We have the fourth chapter. It's a brilliant chapter. Again, the introduction to the fourth chapter is very good, because again there you will see the first three chapters being summarized by Shankaracharya. Then he will say there are 4 or 5 verses in the fourth chapter which will clear this doubt of yours, but let's leave it till we come to that.
This is like the gap which Lord explains, the gap between the jnanam and the jnaya. He says,
Yes.
Adhyatma jnana nityatvam, that is there, but tattva jnanartha darshanam, that is not, I think that's where it's not
Correct,
happening.
yes.
So,
Tattva jnanata darshanam means that tattva jnanam, as long as you have not had the clear glimpse. See, once you have the clear glimpse of that, you will never forget it. It will always remain, because that is your swarupa. You will ultimately accept it as your nature, and then you will say that that's all. There is nothing more to. There is no more. There is no more doubt in my mind. A stage will come when you will say, I have no doubts. I have no doubts, because you're standing as Turiyam now. But till you go and stand as Turiyam, like I said, till you stand as a waker, you will think that the dream world is very, very real. You have to wake up to the waker's level. Similarly, the waker has to wake up to the Atma level. It takes a lot of time to do this, but it is just a question of time for you, I will say. Just continue. Your questions will get solved. This is a very, very intellectual question. It is got to do with jnanam, and the only way to get this jnanam is through study of the scriptures.
thank you,
Good.
Shekharji.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you. There's some question from Ramchandra. Yeah, go ahead, Ramchandra.
Yeah, Namaste, Sekharji. So I just want to put forth my understanding. So the Brahman is the only real one. Okay, that is the consciousness, and the whole creation is a mere delusive creation, and inert one, and created and is animated by the consciousness.
Yes.
So, so hence, instead of identifying myself as Anatman, right? So, which I have been doing so far. So, I should start affirming that I am the consciousness.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to get the clarification.
That's correct. This again a situation in which this realization is coming to you because of this knowledge and which you have got from the scriptures only.
Yes,
So
sir.
it is absolutely right. Keep on holding to the Atma and say, I am the Atma, I am the consciousness. World is Mithya, world will come and go, but I will hold on to that Atma as my real nature. I'm exactly repeating whatever you have said. I'm only affirming it. That's all.
Thanks, Shekharji. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ramchandra. Anybody else?
Shikhaji, I was just
Shama, are you still around?
yeah, I'm very much there.
Yeah, tell, you have
So
made a lot of.
basically, yes, no, it's been a very beautiful session, and just like Vijayaji, I was suddenly struck at the end, that there is a kind of a futility in doing all the other study when what you know is the most important to hold on to, that Tattva Gnanam
Yes.
of the Turiyam and Brahman alone is real, all else is mithya. Am I not wasting my time in trying to study lots of other scriptures which are, they ultimately will lead to the same place, but
Yeah,
it seems like make that dive in straight, dive
correct.
it in straight into the heart of the matter. So that's what I was just feeling at the end of it.
Absolutely right. You see, your understanding is clear that if you want to get knowledge, real knowledge of the world or about yourself, the only thing is about go to the scriptures and study it more and more.
So the
And
more
again,
you
I'll
keep
say,
it,
as much as possible, try to understand Shankara Bhashyam. Whatever you see, all of you are very, very senior seekers. You're not in the junior field, you are all very senior. And for senior seekers, the only place to go is Brahma Sutra or Bhashyam of Kathopanishad or Bhashyam of Bhagavad Gita. If you can lay your hands on any of this, Shankaracharya's Bhashyam, because all of you have crossed that limit of just learning a Bhagavad Gita verse and understanding the meaning. That is one level of learning. There is a very big learning when you come to Bhashyam, but the problem is Bhashyam study is not easy. Number one, you don't get many people teaching Bhashyam. Number two, you don't get very good notes on Bhashyam. Uh, you don't find. So those are all the problems of learning, but still it's an undisputable fact that Bhashyam is the only place where you will get Tattvajnanam.
right. Thought of that, I was thinking
and as much as possible,
before January, just literally to systematically go through your Mandukya Upanishad alone.
Sure,
the
that is another
previous
beautiful
chapters,
way. Correct.
because I am thinking really, where it's in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So I actually can then stitch it up all together, whatever
Correct.
it is.
You can do a beautiful revision of Mandukya Upanishad in your own personal study.
Yeah.
I would recommend to whoever is in this group, you can study for the next 2-3 months Mandukya, and then off and on, if you have any questions, you can write to me. We can have a chat and try to see if you have some doubts cleared.
Because that's already there, no? So
yes,
I don't have to search for it. It's
correct.
already there, so that's the best, I think, because I think I've got lots of gaps and I need to be able to have the complete together.
Yeah. Fortunate thing in our scriptures is that you see, the problem is this is a subtle science, and there is a central piece where you can find the jigsaw puzzle fitting in all. That is a problem. See, Bhagavad Gita gives you certain knowledge. Kathopanishad gives you some knowledge. Mandukya Upanishad gives you some knowledge.
But isn't Mandukya the central?
Mandukya is central, but it's still, you see, it is not 100% complete.
Oh, I see.
See, there will still be some doubts, like Vijaya was asking today. Still, there are some doubts. I'm not clear how
Maybe
to.
the Upasana angle is not so much explained. The Jnanam part is complete.
Correct. So Jnanam is there, but the Jnanam is not coming,
Because the Upasana, which like Chandogya, etc., they have more, Taittiriya has more of Upasanam.
Yes. Obstacles can be many, but our only job is to keep being on the spiritual path. Just be on the
Okay.
spiritual path. Automatically, you will get it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Shema Shekharji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wish you
Anybody
the
else
very
has?
best for your surgery.
Yeah,
And
thank
hope you
you.
can
Thank you.
relax. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I can manage. Yeah. Anybody else has any other question? Yeah, Bharat, go ahead.
Shekharji, am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I wish you all the best for the surgery. I hope it goes really well, and
Yeah.
definitely look forward to continuation of these sessions in the new year. I just wanted to say, in relation to what Vijaya was saying, again, my knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, I'm still learning, but in chapter 2, verse 16, if I recall correctly, it's actually saying when it talks about the real can never be non-existent and the unreal can't be existent. The last line is interesting. It's saying the wise know is the one the person who knows is the wise one, the person with that jnana. It's really interesting in that verse how it's making a statement and then it talks about the person who understands about the real and the unreal and their essence. And likewise, in chapter 13, about the knower and the knower of the field, the knower being Krishna, being the knower in all the fields, again, I believe the verse talks about the jnanam, about the person who knows why this is the case. Same again in Taittiriya Upanishad, where it talks about the person who understands that mantra, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. It's always done in the third person. I think I just find it fascinating how the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads, they are making a statement, but it's not about how to know that statement. It's again pointing back to you, the conscious entity that's understanding the meaning and the realization behind that statement. I feel that's the true purpose of these verses in both Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishad. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, sure. Bharat, extremely well explained by you. I accept 100% of whatever you have said. And like I said, you have to stand as Atma, Turiya Atma to understand these verses.
Yeah.
If you don't, see, like in the 16th verse, Lord Krishna says, the wise man who understands the truth both of Sat and Asat.
And Asat, exactly.
He is the
Yes.
one. He is the one who knows the ultimate truth, and that the 16th mantra is an extremely great mantra for meditation. You can keep on rotating that mantra again and again in your mind. I'm writing the commentary of that Shankaracharya's Bhashyam right now. Right? I'm in the middle of writing the commentary of Shankara Bhashyam.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah, for this particular verse, the 16th verse. It's such an amazing commentary. It's a very difficult commentary to understand. But in any commentary, whenever I find it difficulty, I know that is the verse I should study more.
We
So
were studying the final few verses of chapter 2 in Bhagavad Gita today. And again, I found it interesting that the very last verse of chapter 2, I think it's verse 72, it talks about the identification of the one with Brahman. And it's really interesting. I found it again interesting that verse 16 talks about Brahman and verse 72, after all that while, talks about identification with Brahman. I thought that was really super good.
very good, very good. For everybody who has learned the Gita, please go through the 16th verse of the second chapter. I'm going to do a lot of explanation when I teach the Bhagavad Gita, this particular verse. And in very simple terms, I'll explain to you just now in 2-3 minutes, just so that you don't have the mystery of what this verse is all. See, in the 16th verse, there are things which are discussed in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What Lord Krishna is trying to say is to all of us, he is trying to teach us that throughout our life, we are experiencing two things. Normally, we think that we are only experiencing only waking state, only dream state, only sleep state. Normally, this is our thinking. So I have to get out of waking state and then go to Turiam state. I have to come out of dream state, go to Turiam state, is our normal understanding when we learn this so far. But in the 16th verse, Shankaracharya makes a totally different interpretation of the Shastra. He says that all the time we are experiencing this Turiyam. We are experiencing Turiyam means what? He says in that verse, 16th verse, he goes deeper into our mind. He says there is anatma outside. Anatma means what? World is outside. But that world is outside is also experienced in my mind. World is experienced in my mind. So there is asat outside and there is asat buddhi in my mind. I'm trying to explain that verse in a very simple way. Similarly, there is sat outside. Sat means what? World is existing. And there is a sat buddhi. That means in my mind, I have a notion there is reality. There is something real in the world. So we are always experiencing sat and asat. That means world which is mithya. At the same time, we are experiencing the world is, chair is, Shanta is, Ratna is, Shama is. So easiness together with Shama. Shama is name and form. Easiness is the truth. So Shankaracharya says, try to hold on to that easiness as the ultimate truth. Easiness is also experienced by us. Sat is also experienced by us. Sat is always eternal. So there is one eternal knowledge which we have, and the second is temporary knowledge. Waking has come, dream has come, sleep has come. Waking has come, dream has come, sleep has come. World has come, world has gone, world has come. So the world is changing, but what is not changing is Atma, which is together with the world.
So Shekharji, this is very fascinating because it is really at no state away, whether you're awake, dreaming or whatever, that the Turiam may not be realized because it's part
Right,
and
that's
parcel
correct.
of,
Exactly. You got the point. You got the point.
And because what you have said also is at the same similar time of any experience, there is an asat which we are seeing outside, an anatma, which includes also my body and mind. But at the same time, I can actually see what is the sat principle. Because,
Correct.
isn't it? All the time.
That is exactly what in the 16th mantra Shankaracharya is explaining us. He says, all of us are experiencing Sat all the time, Turiyam all the time.
So it need not be denied. We need not feel
Don't deny. Don't deny.
upset about like, why am I having to do this or that or whatever.
Correct. You see, so you don't have to deny the body, don't have to deny the mind. You just say, body, mind is temporary, but Sat is always there. Sat is experienced by me and all of us all the time.
All the time. Wonderful. What a great day.
Good. I'm glad, Shama, you got that small, subtle knowledge. Very good.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
See, these are all the subtle. That's why I said there are subtle knowledges which are coming from different corners of the Shastra, and they make a huge difference in our understanding. Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah, Bharat, you are saying Brahman is known through any experience, including no experience. That's correct. Bharat, you're far advanced than all of us. you can go into the truth very easily. Thank you.
I think I'm standing on the head or shoulders, but I really don't think I'm far. There
No,
is.
but still,
It's just
you see, all of us, we are learning the Shastra. We are
yeah.
learning to understand the Shastra better and better. And I'm sure that see, like you have pointed out Taittiriya Upanishad, and you said Kena Upanishad, and you said 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita and the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. See, the thing is, we all have to learn to put together these mantras together and come out with a beautiful understanding of our own real nature. See, all these are all the garland. We have to make the garland from all these small mantras and take that as how you will make a garland out of the Bhagavad Gita mantras. So this mantra, whenever we start the new Bhagavad Gita, you can take that as a personal exercise for each one of you and say, I'm going to choose, I'm going to make a garland for myself of the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. And I say, I will take 25 mantras out of the 700 mantras. And I say, this is my garland to Lord Krishna. Thank you.
Shekharji, just the study of Bhagavad Gita, can I just ask you a question? Would it make sense, for example, like I realize my buddhi is a bit bhrashta, not bit bhrasht, quite a bit bhrashta, in terms of where my viveka buddhi suffers a lot. So if I was to study this from Bhagavad Gita, I can actually search wherever the buddhi is coming and the whole of the Bhagavad Gita in order to answer that particular inquiry, whatever I might have on the day. Did that make sense?
You can do it. You can do it. Definitely you can do it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Good. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. And so on the 3rd and 4th of next year, I'll be in touch with you on the WhatsApp group, and you will have more updates. And let's wait for the 4th chapter. 4th chapter is again extremely interesting. And Mandukya is always a great Upanishad to study. And we look forward to the Bhagavad Gita study also one more time. And I will definitely give some knowledge coming out from the Shankaracharya's Bhashyam in my Bhagavad Gita sessions. So there will be I have some things ready, but there will always be some new things which I'll be talking about in my Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is always a great text to study. I'm sure all of us will benefit from the study. Thank you. Namaste.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Shekharji. Namaste.
Thank you.
And all the best for
your
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.